At a time when Lord of the Rings sales should start slowing down to make room for Commander Masters 2023, the shock and awe of seeing those spoilers in Commander Masters is causing unintended consequences in Lord of the Rings, as well as a few other unusual sales that you need to know about. It's moments like this that makes me wonder if Wizards of the Coast wants a free take-back, a redo, in how they decided to put their lineup of their products this year. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. A big shout out and thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel, giving the videos a thumbs up, turning the notification bells on, and watching the videos every day. Guys, it's amazing to see we are getting this close to the 20,000 subscriber party. Guys, it's awesome. Can't wait till we get there. And it's all because of you out there. So thanks again. Keep hitting those subscribe buttons. Keep joining the channel. And of course, joining the conversation of what goes on in our community. It's really important to keep this stuff up. You guys are awesome. Now, for today's video, it's kind of interesting to unpack what's happening. Wizards of the Coast puts out a lineup every year of how the products are going to come out and the order. And it makes you wonder, when you have the success of a product like Lord of the Rings, and you're following up with another supposed to be big banger set of Commander Masters that's kind of falling flat on its face. The spoilers are not going over well. And there's things that happen when something falls flat on its face, and there's nothing else to look forward to. You have reverse sales. You have things that'll slip, money starts sliding out of that product into other areas of Magic or into other games entirely, okay? So if we take a look in the case of Commander Masters, I know a lot of people canceled orders. I've been contacting stores and seeing what's going on. And it really does look like either people canceled and asked for a refund, or they went ahead and slid their money, just turn it sideways and say, I'm still going to spend on Magic, but I'm going to buy Lord of the Rings, buying some of the sealed product. Even at these prices, they'd rather buy that than pay an overpriced reprint product that they're starting to realize either is not going to give them what they want, or they feel the value is just not there. We're getting reprints nobody asked for, reprints of very low value, and although we haven't seen the entire set spoiled by a long shot, it's just not enough. Already that's how players feel, because it comes on the heels of the excitement of Lord of the Rings. Imagine you're looking at Commander Masters, $400 plus price tag. You can get a couple of boxes of Lord of the Rings for the same value, draft, have fun with friends, maybe get a collector box and go looking for a serialized ring. Not the ring, of course, but other rings or other products inside that lineup. Surge foils, there's other things out there, but that's the way players are starting to look. I mean, they're being a little bit more picky, a little more selective in their choices, which means this product and all the stores that get stuck with it, all the distributors, and eventually probably another Amazon dump, which is another whole nightmare going on for players. It just shows that cause and effect when you don't line up your products and understand your audience and consumer well enough. It's kind of a real misnomer. It's a big mistake. I would have looked at things entirely differently, but I'm not the one running things. Now, this, of course, is a top 10 video day. We show the hottest selling cards in Magic. Now, the overall sales numbers this week, and again, it's pretty much all Lord of the Rings, guys. It's all Lord of the Rings. It's been that way for a few weeks now. Things should be tapering off now, and you'd see some pre-sale cards of a new set starting to maybe not quite get on the line, but start moving up in numbers that I'm counting. It didn't happen. It's ridiculous. Lord of the Rings rules supreme, and although the numbers are lower, sure, lower, there's other small knick-knack things happening where cards aren't making on my list, and yeah, the Lord of the Rings sales are down, but the widespread buying of cards that are hitting the 700, 800, 900 mark of sales is huge. Okay? We're seeing multiple copies of other cards selling that normally would not be this high. They'd be at like 200, 300 copies, and there's usually quite a disparity between the sales numbers. It's not happening. And then we're seeing these private Facebook sales of a lot of dual lands and stuff selling privately, which means I don't get all the data for those. I'll talk about that more tomorrow in the reserve list top 10 edition. It's kind of crazy to see it, but it's not going to make my sales list. I'll tell you right now, that's a whole different conversation. The reserve list, we're going to go through that. So let's take a look at what's going on in today's video. I'll discuss it as we go through the top 10, and you guys let me know what you're seeing out there. How do you feel about the product line you've seen so far? Are you kind of skipping it entirely, and you could be moving on to maybe Ixalan, the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, or maybe just Wilds of Eldraine? There's things people are looking forward to, and it just doesn't seem to be, Commander Masters. We start out this week's top 10 with Rivendell Borderless Edition from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth. Remember, all prices are in US dollars, although I will mention the Canadian prices as well. The average price is $1.36 US. The market price is 99 cents. A foil, $2.19. Actually, not a bad disparity in price. And of course, €1.91 to get this card into your house. And although this card is the #1 card with 1,102 sales, there were many cards from the mana base of this set that were right behind it, literally by like 10 to 20 copies. But Rivendell does make the list this week. And just remember, as I'd mentioned earlier in the video, there's a lot of cards selling. So although these sales are lower, the sheer volume of cards selling in Lord of the Rings singles is just amazing because the prices are so low and affordable. Now the #9 card is Sauron's Ransom, and this card comes in at 75 cents US. The market price is 43 cents. It's $1.09 to get this card into your house, and here it's 61 cent euro. It has 1,412 sales this week, which is pretty interesting because this card wasn't on the list before. Now when we're going down and taking a look at the #8 card, you'll notice the number does seem to climb, and is that Lotho, the Corrupt Sheriff? Now this card has a average price of $4.49. The market price is $3.66. The foil is $5.28, and that's a pretty close price. It's not far enough apart for myself. And it's €1.63 to get this card into your house. Again, this card I think was on the first week. It's been off for a while, but it's not a horrible card, is it? Whenever a player casts their second spell each turn, you lose 1 life and create a treasure token. We all know that the treasure token kind of build thing has been happening for a while, and this card makes perfect sense for players who are building with these colors. The #7 card this week is Reprieve, and of course this one's been on the list for a while with 2,472 sales this week and an average price of $2.38. The market price is $1.97. A foil, though, look at the difference in price there, $6.49. And by the way, no foils are selling in my area. I took a look to see if this price was actually valid. It doesn't seem to be selling in my particular area of the world, which is Canada. And here we have €1.67 to get this card into your house. Now, taking a closer look at the card, of course, we know why it's very playable because, hey, returning a target spell to its owner's hand and then drawing a card is always a nice thing to slow people down, almost like a slow counter spell. You're not stopping them, but you're kind of saying, put it back for now and let me have a second chance to draw a card. The #6 card this week is Flowering of the White Tree. This one's continually being on the list because it is such a powerful card. 2,648 sales this week with an average price of $4.56. The market price is $3.76. A foil is $5.25 US. €5.20 to get that card into your house. Here in Canada, it's going for around $7 depending where you're buying it from. And of course, the card is a decent card and it should go everywhere. Cards like this remind me of the old days where you had like the White Weenie deck with like Crusades and Savannah Lines, Benelish Hero bringing it home. Yeah, I know. I'm an old school guy. What can I say? Now, #5 this week. One Ring to Rule Them All. Again, a card that's never been on the list, but makes it this week into the #5 position with 2,987 sales. An average price of $2.95. The market price is $3.09. The foil is $3.70. And it's 54 cent euro to get this card to your house, around $3.50 here in Canada. And of course, this card is a Saga card. I like the artwork. It's kind of a little bit more generic, but it has a good side look to it. Whenever I think of the Sagas now, I always think back to Dominaria 2018. So I do enjoy the Saga cards as a general rule, and this is pretty good. It's a pretty decent card. I can see why players are enjoying it. I'm just surprised it took this long to make it on the list. Now, #4 is Orcish Bowmasters. This one, again, has been here all the time. Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth with 3,025 sales. It's still got incredible sales considering the price tag, which is an average price of $40 US. The market price is $37.23, pardon me. $40 US for the foil and €31 to get this card to your house. $48 here in Canada. Now, a card like this, I keep expecting it to either collapse in price, get reprinted right away, or some other horrible thing when I see a card like this. Flash, great ability, players are using it. It just makes you wonder where it's going to end up, guys. I know everyone says it's not going to get banned, but never say never, okay? Either that or a reprint. That's how I see things like this unfolding, and we know they're going to reprint anything of value. Now, the number 3 card should not come as a big surprise. The One Ring Borderless Edition. Guys, this thing is selling everywhere. 3,199 sales, finds itself in the number 3 slot, and again, wasn't even in the top 10 before. Average price, $57.65 US. Market price, $42.34 US. A foil price of $46.60 US. €43.36 to get this card to your house. $75 here in Canada. Now, guys, I know everyone's been talking about this card. It's rocking everywhere and everyone's enjoying it. People are hating it, loving it, wherever it may be. Again, keep an eye on cards like this. They're either going to get reskinned and reprinted, banned. Something bad is going to happen. It's the One Ring. You know something evil and tainted is coming your way. Let's take a look at the number 2 card. Antish Restoration. Now, this card is funny. It's kind of upticking because it's getting more and more play and people are buying it more often. So it's just slowly moving up the ranks here. This card has 3,620 sales this week. It's just under $1 at 95 cents. Market price is 83 cents. A foil is $1.36. It's 30 euro to get this card. $2 here in Canada. Guys, the cards that see more play generally see an uptick. This is not an expensive uncommon by any means, but that doesn't mean it may not rise to $3, $4, $5 depending on how often it sees play and who tries to hoard copies. Keep it in mind. If it goes too high, it just gets a faster reprint. Okay? Now, the number 1 card. Mithril Coat Extended Edition art again makes the number 1 slot with 3,805 sales this week. Average price $8.49. Market price $6.57. A foil, that makes no sense. Ignore it. And it's €5.51 euro to get this card to your house. Imagine the $98 foil. It doesn't make sense to me. So I kind of ignore it when it goes like that because that doesn't seem realistic. Although it'd be cool if it was that hard to get. Now, guys, when you're looking at these cards, remember, they're fun, they're great, people are playing with them, but the chances of any of these cards not getting reprinted is very remote. They're going to get reskinned in some way, they're going to come back around. So I do not recommend anyone speculate on these things. We have all learned right now in this second wave of Amazon dumps and what Wizards has done with Commander Masters 2023 that it just can't be trusted right now. We need some groundwork to go on. It's for every player to decide, but I don't recommend putting good, hard-earned money into a product like this when you see that they're going to reprint it sooner rather than later. If you want to get yourself a playset of 4, you understand that you're going to lose money on it, but you still want to have it. Totally understandable. I do it all the time. But I go in knowing that it's a card game and that kind of stuff will go to zero. Do I still think cards will be investable in the future? I still do. I can't help myself. I still personally believe that, especially for reserve list cards and certain types of artwork. I just can't help it. I love this stuff. So even if those don't go up, I still love looking at them. Wizards is, every time this kind of stuff comes along, Wizards messes it up. Okay? They start having a good run, things are going nice, and then they just kick the ball out of bounds and it takes a while to reset. We'll see where things go. I'm interested to see everyone's comments in today's video, so thanks a lot for hanging out. This was your top 10, and of course, don't forget, tomorrow is the reserve list top 10. Some crazy stuff going on there, and we're going to have, of course, the live stream, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time, every Sunday, guys. Looking forward to seeing you there. Have an awesome day. Don't forget, bring a friend to Magic. And of course, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of the channel. Without you, where would I be? This daily uploaded content is brought to you by the patrons of the channel because they support each and every day. So thanks again, everyone, for making it happen. These are the amazing patrons. Huh? Yeah, bigger cup. Actually, I'll be honest, I forgot my coffee at home and I forgot to drink it. So I had to have it later in the day. But I feel awesome because of it, because it's like a double dose. Guys, welcome back to the Ramble Jamble section. It's very interesting to see the sales go on, guys, because people are canceling and saying negative things and right? There's still going to be some great reprints. There's going to be cards people want. Some of the artwork looks amazing, like the Demonic Tutor. Wow. But at the same time, you have players who are just like, I'd rather spend my money on Lord of the Rings. I'd rather go back and try something else. I spent some money in the Amazon dump. I saved a ton of money. That's where we're at, man. It's a card game. It's a crazy world. and things are just not the way they used to be. Everyone's got to get used to that. Keep the wheel rolling. Who knows what crazy stuff will happen, but enjoy the day, do some chores, help out around the house. Remember that, and pick up the popcorn. Nah, I can't help it. You got to pick up the popcorn. No, don't eat it. No 5-second rule for that.